Give me that funk. Give me that funk. Talk of the town. Good morning. Good morning.
809 with the fam in the morning right here on 93.9 WKYS. Of course, coming up around 8:20, Jay-Z 444 album. We're playing the entire album inside the Quick Mix. My name is Quicksilver.
My name is Danny Starr.
Can I say USA, 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 DMV, DMV. Man, hold on. Let me get a drum roll.
Yes.
Just stepping in the building.
Okay.
With the fam in the morning.
Okay.
Representing for that DMV. Looking amazing. You've seen her on TV.
She's smart as well. She's very smart.
You've seen her everywhere. All over the United States, all over the country, all over the planet Earth. Come on.
Miss Universe. What?
Introduce yourself to everybody, please.
Good morning. My name is Kyra McCullough, and I am the reigning Miss USA.
Hey! Go, Kyra! Go, Kyra! Go, Kyra! Miss USA! Hey!
That's amazing.
Welcome to the fam in the morning, Kyra.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. It's always good to be back home, especially in the DMV.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, back-to-back Miss DCs.
Back to black.
Yes.
Yes.
I said back-to-back, but black to black also.
We've had
Yes.
two black Miss USAs back to back.
Yes.
Congratulations, first and foremost, once again.
Thank you.
How has life changed since you become Miss USA?
It's totally different. So being a scientist at the United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission, I was going to the office every day. Now, literally, every day is different. Meeting new people, but I'm really having the time of my life.
Yeah.
I really am.
It's amazing. So I remember, fun fact, I did Miss Minnesota USA, first runner-up 3 years in a row, but then I did Miss Minnesota International, and I took that title. But what I love about this is that it gives hope to brown girls everywhere, because I remember one of the years that I was first runner-up, to a girl who, her name was Erica, and Erica was also a black girl. And so the next year when I went back, it was almost like I shouldn't have, because I was like, there's no way they're crowning black, black to black girl, and it's like, it's just not going to happen. And it was actually a conversation. It was a topic, and people were like, yeah, you probably shouldn't run this year because, but the diversity and what is happening now in the pageant world and what you guys have done is so incredible, and it's given hope to, I think, women and girls everywhere.
Definitely. And that stigma has lived, and I can't even sit here and deny that. And but I do want to congratulate you on your accomplishments.
Oh, thank you.
I was in that place too, so having first run-up, I totally understand, and having that doubt in your mind, thinking, will I be able to take the crown again because another black girl already had it?
Yeah.
But I went
she
in
was from the area as well.
Yeah, so and even like I was like, double pinned, DC and minority.
Yeah.
But what I learned is like, what's for you is for you.
Yeah, won't miss you.
I'm going to start preaching that.
Yes, USA.
Hey, Kyra, just take us back 1 second. The moment they said, and congratulations, Miss USA, and you realize, like, this is really happening. This is not a test. This is not, like, this is real. I'm really Miss USA. Like, what went through your head at that moment?
I stood there in so much shock. I was, praying prior to that. So, and then when they called my name, the first thing I said was like, what is my life? Because I had a job. So I was so afraid.
Yeah,
I didn't know what to tell them. But I was so grateful. I just stood there and just thanked God the entire time. That's all I could do.
Yeah.
Now, we have to just touch on for a quick second. I know for a minute you kind of got...
Yes, we got to
I'm not going to get details, but you went under a little fire when you first became Miss USA for some remarks you made about healthcare. Now, since then, you've, of course, made statements, and you've...
We just want to clarify.
Just clarify.
He beating around the bush, but I'm going to get to it.
All right.
I don't want to sit here and drill you, but I know...
Yeah, let's do that.
Absolutely.
So the question was, should affordable health care be a privilege or a right?
Yes.
And granted, I said it's a privilege, but at the end of the day, health care right now in America is a privilege, and I don't take my health care for granted. So having a job, I'm saying the vehicle to healthcare right now is jobs.
Absolutely.
So why not cultivate this environment, especially in the minority community, where we're given the opportunity to have healthcare because of our jobs? And I've talked to many people in D.C. that were on previous healthcare type of things. I just don't want to elaborate too much.
Of course.
And they said, give me a job. I can get my own healthcare.
Yeah, if you give me a job.
Yeah, but do I think
that was lost?
Yeah,
like in the
And it is because we have a very centralized way of thinking.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm kind of glad I started healthy, dialogue and discussion. You know, I got my followers up, but
I bet it did.
but I'm so glad because now I was able to speak my mind.
Yeah.
Because even when that question did come up during conversations with friends,
Right.
they would be like, "Ooh, you're gonna really offend someone." And when I got on stage, I didn't even think about any of that. I
Yeah.
just said what came to my heart. But do I believe that everyone should have affordable health care? Absolutely. And the vehicle for that are jobs.
Come on, round of applause for
Okay.
Kyle McCullough. Now we cleared it up with the fam. We good now.
The good news is because when I was watching it, so obviously was rooting for you. First of all, the top 5 was amazing to look at because it was so diverse. It was, the top 10 was amazing to look at, but the top 5, I was like, yes. And the state, Minnesota was in there, and I'm from Minnesota.
Yeah.
So I was like, go ahead, Minnesota. And then I said, yay, there's a Miss Minnesota and all this melanin. I'm here for this. So I was excited. I didn't care what happened because it was just such a relief to see a top 5 that reflected everybody.
Exactly.
Finally, right? So, but then I heard the answer and I was like, oh, I don't know how to, but to hear you talk about it now is different because, obviously there's a lot of people who could lose health care. There's a lot going on in health care. And there's a lot going on with jobs.
But, say that.
Yeah, but to hear you talk about it, because you only get a little bit of time, that buzzer goes off and, it's counted against you. So it was really amazing to hear you, you talk about it outside of being on stage and under all that pressure because, it is possible. You have to say what you have to say in a very quick time. So we appreciate you expanding on it and elaborating here today. So thank you so much.
I know, and thank you for asking.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have these healthy discussions.
Now, of course, Kyle McCullough, Miss USA, representing for the DMV.
Yes, we are so proud
Before
of
we
you.
get into this Jay-Z 444 album, if you could say one last thing, because there's so many young girls and adults that are listening right now, and you've given hope to the hopeless. If you can say something to one young lady who's in the pageant or anything that's right here in D.C., Maryland, Virginia, that would inspire her to not give up and follow her dreams and follow her heart, what exactly would Miss USA say?
Miss USA would tell that young lady, first, enjoy your youth. That's very, very important. Take your education seriously and always remember to be authentic.
Yeah,
And
girl,
those,
yes.
that's what I live by. So if she's listening today, just know that you're more than what you think you're worth. And really take your education seriously because that's what's going to propel you into any career field, finding your passion, and that's how you really get through life.
Yeah.
Come on,
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Hey, thank you so much. You are now officially a member of the fam in the morning.
Yes.
Not that you need it, but plug your social media again in case anybody's not following you.
Okay, sure. So you can follow my personal Instagram at Real Kyra McCullough. That's RealKaramCCULLOUGH. And I just got a Twitter. You can find that through my Instagram. But also follow the Miss USA Instagram, Snapchat, and download the Miss U app in the App Store.
Awesome.
Welcome
Thank
to the
you.
fam.
Thank
Welcome back
you.
home.
Welcome back
Thank you.
home.
All right, now it's Jay-Z 444 time. Get ready, DMV.
Let's go.